So hello and welcome to everyone to our Zoom recording tonight. I'm really excited about our guest speaker today. I found out that I have quite a few things in common with her, and I'm looking forward to learning more. My name is Gloria Liebecker, and I live just west of Spokane, Washington. And it's been 11 months just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that Marian Palmer reached out to me. And I never met her before, but she was so warm and so interested in learning more about me as a person. Then when she asked if I had ever heard of Redox signaling or cell signaling supplement, I'm like, no, I haven't. And I was very interested to learn more. Well, she's been a wealth of information, and she connected me with a really warm team. And I got to know Jerry and Marsha White. And I really felt like it was an answer to my prayer. It wasn't just that I was looking for things to support my health. I was looking for people that shared my values. And it's been so nice to step into a community that's warm and caring and generous and really interested in getting to meet other people and seeing how they can be a blessing. I do want to acknowledge that the Redox cell signaling supplement is not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any kind of a disease. But what it does do is it helps our cells communicate in order to take care of our body the best it can, the way it was created to. And so now I would like to hand off to one of my colleagues, Ruth Cray.
Hi, so I'm Ruth Cray, and I joined this team right after Gloria got introduced from Marian, even before she got her product, because I got so excited watching the videos. And in this next video, you're going to get to see this transformational health technology and how it works and how it's changed so many lives. And let me share my screen. Okay.
It's the key to life. It makes it possible for us to get out the door, challenge ourselves, and find joy. There are few things more important than our health. Throughout history, there have been breakthroughs in health technology that have made our lives longer, more vibrant, more joyful. Breakthroughs that have fundamentally changed how we think, learn, and live.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
What if one of the biggest breakthroughs in health technology was actually something small? A breakthrough technology that works at the cellular level, where health begins.
This truly is a transformational technology.
It's an elegant and very simple product that's having a profound impact.
When people ask me what I'm most excited about, it's the fact that we own the space of redox right now.
A health technology so unique and cutting edge that it is transforming health at a foundational level and changing lives all over the world.
I started using the product and I could see that it was real. It was a real deal.
And the way it changed my life was absolutely mind-blowing.
ASEA was something truly special. It was unique.
It has had tremendous impact on my life.
You know, sometimes you just have that kind of feeling that you're just going to take a leap of faith, and that's what I did.
And that became a defining moment where I started sharing it with everyone.
It's life-changing. I mean, it gave me my life back. In one word, it's profound.
A technology that empowers the most basic building blocks of your body to thrive. ASEA Redox.
And so now I'd like to hand it over to Darleen, who's going to introduce Bonita.
Thank you, Ruth, very much. Yeah, I'm Darleen Dozier, and I joined ASEA team about 6 months ago, and I will tell you that every day is a new day when
As a whole
you
is misunderstood. It's not
take
uncommon for us
ASEA.
to meet somebody who's struggling with the notion of network marketing, and especially trying to figure out, could I ever do that myself? Could I
Okay.
ever consider that? And so for us, we thought, well, let's
I got it.
intersect the
Sorry
two.
about that.
Let's take really successful people who have actually had the best
You
experience.
need
in
to
network
actually close that
Actually
menu
met them where
out,
they were, taken them where
or
they
it'll
were.
keep running in the background.
Let's take
Ruth.
that person that's struggling
Right,
with it. Let's take the person that really doesn't see it that way,
Oh.
and let's put them together.
There we go.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries. Anyway, I just want to tell you, I got involved. I'm Darleen Dozier. I got involved with ASEA 6 months ago through my good friend, Gloria Liebecker, who reached out. It has had absolutely amazing changes, not only for my animals, but myself and my family. Every day is a new day, and I can't express enough good things to say about the ASEA products, the Redox, the Cellular Mind. They've all been life-changing, and the face products are absolutely amazing. With that said, we have a wonderful guest tonight, Bonita Rogers. She's from Western Montana and is a mom and grandmother. She's also a bronze executive with ASEA and has a passion for spreading the news of Redox because of the profound ways in which her own life was changed, and these products she feels everyone deserves to know about them. Welcome, Bonita.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me on tonight. My name is Bonita Rogers. I'm from Western Montana, not too far from some of you in the Spokane area. I get over to Spokane occasionally, not very frequently the last couple of years, but I actually grew up in Minnesota, the youngest of 8 kids on a farm, had a fantastic childhood. The farm that I grew up on there was a huge lake right behind the barn. So in the summertime, we were swimming all the time. In the wintertime, we were ice skating and had all the animals and everything any little girl could want. You know, had my own pony, got a horse when I was older. But my life took an abrupt change when I was about 17. There was a health challenge that was dealt with by the medical community, and I thank them for giving me horrible, debilitating headaches that went on and on and on. So it pretty much changed the way I lived my life through the last 2 years of my high school career. My college career was not what I had expected it to be. I went on and got married. My husband and I raised 4 sons together. These types of headaches, you know, part of them is the agony that you live in. You're in a dark room all the time. You know, the pain is intense. You waffle from, you know, being nauseated and vomiting to not being able to stand bright lights or any kind of noise. I mean, when the door was closed, my kids knew, don't knock unless there is gushing blood or the house is on fire, don't bother her, because it's not going to be good, you know? So I went through everything that you can possibly think of. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on medical communities, doctors, and different modalities, different types of preventatives, different types of treatments. I cleaned my entire house out of any kind of chemical that you could possibly think of that could be causing these. All the types of food that bring on these types of headaches was not allowed in my home. But that was just the minor part of it. The big part of it is the life that you lose, you know. Growing up, or, you know, raising my children in Montana, you know, 4 boys, you know, they were all hunters and fishermen and hikers and campers. And, you know, I missed out on so much, and so many of their sporting events, so many Christmas programs, so many birthday parties. These headaches can come on so rapidly. You can be dressed to the nines going out for your anniversary, and before you can step your foot in the car, you're struck with a headache so bad you can't function, you know. So this went on for 39 years of my life. And suicide was always an option in the back of my mind. I think because of my upbringing and my family, that never was a road I went down on, but I can actually, there were many times where I actually thought this could be very, very comfortable. I could do this so easily. I planned it out, I plotted it, you know. 10 years ago, if somebody said to me, you're going to live a life that's going to be much different than the one you've lived for the last 39 years, I'd have laughed in their face, because I couldn't see any way around it, you know. And someone introduced this to me. Someone introduced this technology and this product, and cared enough to make sure that I got the correct information and I saw what I needed to see. And I agreed to try it. I actually agreed to it because I wanted my husband to try it. I didn't even think it would work for me. So my husband had been, that's a whole other story I'll get into, but he had a major surgery that left him with a really severe infection. And so he almost lost his life twice, and pretty much, you know, had gone from a working man all day long, hunting, camping, fishing with those kids all the time, to sitting in his easy chair waiting to die. And I knew there had to be something that could help him. And so the redox signaling sounded really good for him. Didn't occur to me that it could help me at all, you know. Well, he saw such drastic results so quickly, I thought, well, maybe I should try this. Maybe it'll just give me more energy. Maybe it'll make me, you know, whatever. I don't know. I didn't know what it would do, but I didn't think it would do anything to the headache. And so I drank my first 2 ounces, and I hesitate to say that I saw a change in 2 ounces, but I did. I did see a change in 2 ounces. So over the period of the next 6.5 months, the headaches got less intense, less severe, less intense, less severe, until 6.5 months after starting the Redox liquid, I had my last headache, and that was 9 years ago, and I have not had one since. So when we say these are life-changing products, we mean it. Those of us who have dealt with the life change absolutely think everyone in the world deserves. I'm going to show you a picture. I'll share my screen real quickly. So just, you know, growing up in Minnesota, I tended to try to go back Minnesota to see my family at least once a year. But like this picture says, you know, I was struggling so bad that if I had an 8-day vacation, half of it would be spent in bed. And sometimes I felt like I don't even want to go home. I don't even want to go back and see my parents and my siblings and my nieces and my nephews, because I'm such a drag. I drag down the whole event and make it, you know, everybody's like, oh, where's Bonnie? Oh, she's in bed again, you know? So now, I mean, I've been so blessed. It's actually just given me the life back that I had when I was 16 years old. So that's my product story. I absolutely love to share this with everybody who will listen. In fact, yeah, I don't even care if you don't want to listen. You're going to hear about it because I can't keep my mouth shut. So going back, when I married my husband, he was an entrepreneur. I'll tell you a little bit of our wealth story, our business story. even though we dealt with my headaches all those times, my husband was an entrepreneur and he was a chainsaw sculptor and amazing, fantastic work. We raised our 4 boys, all of them carving. And we had hopes and dreams. We had a lot of hopes and dreams and places we want to go, travels we wanted to make, and people we wanted to see, places I wanted to go travel and see things I didn't even know existed yet. And so when he was struck by this infection and everything came to a screeching halt, we kind of lost those dreams. It wasn't something that seemed like we could get around. And Jim, being an entrepreneur, always told the boys, you know, here in Montana, you know, he always says that he was fired from every single job that you can be fired from in Missoula, Montana. All the logging industries, all the mills, all the truck driving, you know, everything. So when he decided he was going to do this, he decided, you know, I don't care, you know, if it's not being done, I'm going to do it, you know. And at that time, it wasn't being done in the late 70s. So I actually haven't had a job outside of the home since 1978. So I worked with him continuously. This lion on the right-hand side, the mountain lion, was actually done by this little guy. He's 4 years old here. When he was 15, he did this lion. It was a high school project, so in art class. The eagle is actually mine, and my husband is retired, but I'm still carving to this day. In fact, I saw it today. So, you know, when we found the ASEA, I mean, back in these days, we didn't know about network marketing. I guess I did a little bit. I had an older sister that sold Shackley from before I was born, and so I knew the network marketing world a little bit, but I didn't know that it was something that you could really make money at, because she never did. She just used the products and, you know, sold it at cost to her family and that kind of thing. And so, you know, when we got involved in this, it was like, oh my gosh, okay, you know, I can probably pay for his product from, you know, like May until Christmas time. After Christmas, I don't know if I can pay for that product because we don't have that much income, you know. And so when I first started and I realized that I had to sign up as an associate to be able to afford the product. And I signed so many people up the first month. I made over $600 the first month. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake, right? Well, yeah, that's not really how it works. You run through that warm market, that hot market pretty quickly. So now it's like the sky is the limit. You know, we can go anywhere and do anything we want, you know. So I just encourage anybody and everybody, you know, even if it's something that you don't feel you can do now, oh man, encourage your friends, encourage your family, anybody that you can come in contact with, just get in and just use the product and get your own experience. So I'm going to show you my buckets, because when I do these calls, I do these buckets. So at some point, after hearing about the Redox information, people will find themselves in one of 3 buckets. So we invite you to think about which bucket you might be in. Maybe you get the complete picture of how this whole thing works, and the technology and the cell functioning is you're at the optimum level. And even if you aren't experiencing any serious health challenges yet, you can see how these products could make a huge difference as you age. So maybe you're ready to jump right in and learn how to get started on the product. That's bucket number 1. Bucket number 2, you see the incredible opportunity to help others and want to be able to share them with this information with them. You'd like to learn the simple steps to start making a living while making a difference. So you'd like to learn the easy and inexpensive process to get started sharing this information. That's bucket number 2. Or this might not be for you. You have absolutely people you've been watching this presentation who would love to or need to know about this incredible technology. Someone with maybe headaches like mine, or autoimmune issues, sleep challenges, anxiety, vision problems, fatigue, skin trouble, brain fog, etc. I'm so blessed to be able to say that whole list, I've helped numerous people with all of those symptoms and issues, as well as many, many more. And the timing might not be right for you, but you may be able to refer names that we could reach out to and invite those people to a presentation like this one. How would it feel to you to be able to help someone? The person who invited you to this presentation will ask you where you see yourself at a later date. We're not going to put you on the spot here. So that's the end of my little part of the presentation. If you guys have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer anything that I can.
Yeah, so if people would like to either unmute themselves or they could lift their little reaction button, that's a hand. I'll start with a question though. I'm gonna ask, when you started with 2 ounces and you said
Yes.
that was 9 years ago. How did you monitor that and what changes did you make?
I never changed.
You
It's
take
9 years later. It's 9 years later and I still take 2 ounces twice a day.
Oh, 2 ounces twice a day. Okay.
Yep. I started at 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces in the evening. And, you know, if there's something going on major or, you know, I'll take extra products. Sometimes I buy the pouches and I'll, take 8 ounces in a day if I'm traveling or that kind of thing. But for the most part, I mean, we hear a lot about people who have serious health issues that take a lot of product. I've never had to do that. That 4 ounces a day was all my body needed to recover from that horrible issue I'd had for 39 years.
Oh, that's great.
Marian.
Yeah.
All right, Bonita, I don't have headaches often, but I feel real sorry for myself when I have one. As I was listening to you, I cannot imagine for all those years. I'm just so grateful that you found ASEA found
Yeah, me too.
and that it made the difference. And you just inspired me. I was with a group of ladies today, and 2 of them mentioned health issues that the doctors have no clue what to do. And they don't know, and they're frustrated and they're scared. And it just inspires me. Okay, make that phone call and let's get to the bottom of this and give them the freedom that you have. So thank you.
I really like how you said that, Marian, because my hope was that you weren't going to suggest that you ask them a question during this group meeting. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times people will do that. We'll be at a dinner setting or something, and someone will bring up a health issue and they'll say, well, if I knew something that could help you, would you want to know about it? Their eyes turn like owl eyes, and they look like a deer in the headlights. They don't want to be put on the spot like that. They just don't want to go there. So if you can get someone's phone number, and have a private conversation with them, that's the way to go. Because one-on-one, especially if one of them says, oh yeah, she's got that redox signaling crap, she's going to tell you all about that thing, that just nixes the whole thing right there. So you really have to be careful, and know your people in your room before you say anything.
Thank you.
Doug. Or maybe it's Ben.
Yes, Bonita. I was wondering if you did the gel behind your ears 3 times in 5 minutes too when you had your headaches, or did you just do the drink?
They didn't have the gel the only product they had when I first started was ASEA, and it was probably 4 years later that the gel came out. So my headaches were long gone by then.
Oh, okay.
But I do recommend that to people that I'm dealing with that are dealing with headaches. And see, as the temples, the carotid artery, behind the ears, the whole, just slather your whole head. What can go wrong?
Thank you.
Also the bottoms of your feet. The bottoms of your feet really work for your headache.
Oh, wow. Great to know. Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else?
Well, what I'm wondering, Bonita, you had referred to your husband. Was there, how much was he taking? Can you share a little bit more information about his?
Sure. He had some health issues to begin with. What had happened to him is he had a shoulder injury. They wanted to do a reversal where they put the ball where the joint is and the joint where the ball is, and we didn't want to go there. And so the doctor said, well, your knees are really bad. Let's do a knee replacement. So they replaced his first knee, which makes so much sense, doesn't it? The shoulder is gone, but they want to do the knee replacement. I don't know. Anyway, they replaced his first knee. That went well. Then they replaced the second knee, and that one went well until a few months in, he got MRSA staph infection in that knee. And so they had to take it out and put a spacer in and put him on vancomycin, this expensive, horribly expensive medication. And that's when he went downhill. So when he started, he also was a type 2 diabetic, which was not very controlled. And the two people that we caution against, that we caution at all about taking ASEA is people who are diabetics and people who have high blood pressure, because the redox signaling is going to try to stabilize everything in your body. Well, we were told that when he started that his blood sugar may start to stabilize. Now he was taking 50 units of insulin a night when he started, and within about 6 weeks he started waking up with super low blood sugars. And so we realized that his insulin was too strong, and so we cut it down to 25. And over the years, it's been very, very evident that should he decide to watch his diet, exercise, do all the things that you're supposed to do as a diabetic to reverse this or to help moderate it, there are many, many nights in a month where he doesn't take insulin at all, because we know his blood sugar is at such a normal level that if he took it, it would be super low in the morning. So, and the same with blood pressure. People who are on blood pressure medications, their blood pressure medication can become too strong, and they start having lightheadedness and falling and dizziness and things, and you need to just reduce it. So, but as the other question, I mean, he started out with 2 ounces. Back then, that's all we knew. In the beginning, they 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the evening. We never knew that you could see better results, quicker results by taking more product. So now, when I'm dealing with a guy in North Dakota who has a cell dividing issue, I'll say, how bad do you want to get better? Well, I want to live. I want to walk my grandchildren down the aisle. And I say, well, this is how much you need to take. You need to be taking, 16 ounces a day or 24 ounces a day, and if they say they can't afford it, I say, you know what? Have you got a 4-wheeler? Have you got a snowmobile that you can't ride because you're too sick? Have you got a boat and a motor? Because all that stuff is just stuff, and your wife's going to sell that shit when you die anyway. And I'm telling you, they hop on the bandwagon pretty quickly. So.
Yeah. So you have a real conversation with them. You really
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
Wow.
because if that's what they're looking at, if they're looking at death in 6 months, if that's what the doctor's given them, want to give them, I don't know if this is going to help you or not, but it can't hurt you. And you might as well try something because the doctor's given up on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of out there for some people, but that's works for me.
Yeah, well, I'm very inspired when you have the conviction, though, that I hear you have, Bonita.
Oh, yeah.
Their conviction speaks through you, and it's very authentic. So thank you for being willing to come and to share your story, and to encourage and inspire each of us.
Yeah, I mean, what's it going to hurt? Nobody's going to know about this if you don't open your mouth. Who's going to tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in 10 years it'll get around to somebody's going to mention it, or they'll read it in a magazine article or something. But why not be the person that brings the good news to them now?
Mm-hmm.
I have a little gift shop in my yard that my sons and my grandchildren built for me several years ago, and I sell my carvings out of there. I have a little display on the counter of redox signaling and the gel and all the performance products now, and that's when people walk in the door, I say, hey, I have a little clipboard, and I say, I'm doing a survey. Have you ever heard of redox signaling? And this summer, I've not had one person say yes. And so I'll say, okay, what town are you from? What state are you from? And I write that down. And then the last question is, would you like to hear more about it? And 99 times out of 10, they say yes. And I'll say, okay, great. And I have a little form that has a place for their name, their phone, their email, and possibly their Facebook if they'd like to share that. And then if they're willing to give me their information, I maybe tell them 2 lines about it, about what it is, and then send them information and follow up with that. The tricky part is in the gift shop is a lot of them are on vacation. And so I write down on their piece of paper, what's the expected date you're going to be home? Because I'm not going to send this to you while you're on vacation. You're not going to, and then, I'll send it 3 or 4 days after they get home. And then I follow up. And then the coolest thing is that 9 times out of 10, more like 10 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. And I said, great, you're like everybody else. Nobody looks at it the first time. I'm going to send it again, because I'll bet you'll look at it the second time. And they always promise to do it. And it's much more likely that they're going to look at the second time after you've told them, nobody looks at it the first time. It kind of takes that pressure off them, and
Yeah. And that's really key, is to really be honoring them and their experience and being interested in what their experience is.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to invite Doug to step in and transition us.
All right.
Well, Bonita, thank you so very much for taking the time to be with us this evening and sharing your story and your candidness on growing your business and the experience you had with your family. So if you're watching this evening, and maybe this is the first time with us, one of the mantras of ASEA is to believe, belong, and become. So the first step is believing. You have to believe that this will work. If you don't believe it, that's half the battle right there. That's why ASEA works better on animals than it does on humans. Darleen just gives it to her animals, and they take it, and they see results, and they believe, and they want more. Same with humans. If you believe, you take it, you're consistent, you will see results. So my first suggestion is to do your own case study, is to get a little case of the ASEA liquid and do a 90-day case study and see if you don't see results as well. And the ASEA liquid is just the beginning. That's the building block of this technology. It's amazing technology. And I have to say again that ASEA liquid or any of the ASEA products is not designed or promised to cure or prevent or anything like that. It's a supplement. So it's there designed to supplement what your body already knows how to do, what's already inside you. It enhances that and allows your body to become and replace just like you did when you were younger. As we get older, our cells stop communicating and it's not as efficient. So we age, it's inevitable. But you might say that this could possibly be the fountain of youth for some people, or perhaps yourself. You won't know until you actually try. So ASEA liquid, that's the foundation, that's the base. And then when your body starts communicating and looking for things to heal itself, then we have another product that's a vitamin line that's called ASEA Via. So when your body's looking for these vitamins, these supplements are designed for specific things that your body's looking for to help you recover and have a healthy life. There's one of our associates, Dr. Otter, has a wonderful book. The name of it escapes me right at the moment. Healthy Redox Matters. Anyway, in there he says there's lifespan and there's health span. So which would you rather have? A long lifespan or a long health span? Our society today, our health span goes to about 60, 62, 65, but our lifespan goes to 80. How would you like to spend the last 20 years of your life? Healthy or just repeated doctor visits? So this is what the ASEA technology does. It gives you the opportunity to increase that health span. So we have the ASEA liquid, we also just came out with a cell performance line that's mood, mind, and energy. And again, these are functioning, they layer on top of that blue liquid that we take. And you see an increase in energy. The people that use it actually are replacing Red Bull and Monster and Superstar and all those highly caffeinated energy drinks that are so not healthy for you, as I think everybody is aware, but they cave to peer pressure. So they just come in a little straw package, you cut them off, you put them in a 8-ounce, 10-ounce, 12-ounce bottle of water, depending on how long you want the taste to be. They taste pretty darn good. You consume them over 15 minutes or so, and that stays with you for about 6 hours with no crash at the end. So for energy, people take it before workout, ball or tennis, pickleball, whatever their activity is, and they see that they can go longer. Their endurance is increased. They're seeing that type of result. And for the mood, you can take that in the evening or when you're feeling anxious or stressed. It's designed to work with the mind to calm the senses, and it's not a drug. So it does your body natural to help you sleep, to help you be calm, help you tackle when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. That's what the mood is for. And then the mind is for focus. If you're starting a task, I do a lot of teaching, and then there are certain classes that you really want to be on top of because it gets very technical. And so I take the focus, and that helps me. And I do see a difference in my presentations and delivery and in the moment with those classes. So the focus is for really focusing in your mind. And then there's people that do a combination of those, and it gets quite creative and interesting. So depending upon where you're at, the buckets that Bonita talked about, get back with the person that brought you and invited you. Find out which bucket you're in. Maybe you just wanted to give it a try and do your own case study. That's fine. Please join us, believe, have your own testimony, have your own story, because that's really what the ASEA community is. It's like, hey, I tried this, somebody invited me. Marian brought Gloria. Gloria talked to Darleen. Darleen talked to Ruth. Darleen talked to Beth. That's how it grows. It's people helping people. And doesn't the world really need more than that? Instead of a dog eat dog, how can I be better than somebody else? Isn't it just reaching out a hand to someone and saying, can I help you? Can I share something with you that I think could be great benefit to you, that could change your life? When was the last time anyone did that for you? Well, it's pretty rare. So believe and then belong. Join us. You might want to become an associate. There's lots of advantages of being such. You can get a license for $40 and be able to sell this worldwide in many, many different countries, not just Montana, not just Washington, not just the United States. So the opportunity is endless. And then become. Become. What's your dream? What was your dream? What do you want to become? Because this business will change you. You will grow. You'll be forced into situations in a pleasant way to support and grow others. When you start thinking outside of yourself, when you start looking at others not as a sell, oh, I can get them, your typical network marketing. No. How can I help? How can I grow you? When I grow you, you grow me, and we grow together in friendship, in business, in saving the world, and giving them other help options. So in closing, I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thanks for joining us this evening. Take a good, serious look at ASEA. It's more than what you might think it is. And so believe, belong, and become. Join us. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And now, Gloria, I'd like to turn it back to you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I would like to invite everybody to join us for our next event. Ruth, if you could share the screen. We're going to get to have a visit with Doria Stewart. And Doria is becoming a good friend of mine. She is on a class that I attend with Marian and several of the people here in our team every morning. And when she would talk, I really was paying attention to what she had to say. And I reached out and I said, would you be willing to come and share your story with our group? And so her title is A Ministry for Wellness. So I invite you to come July 13th. It'll be at 3:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Central Time. We look forward to meeting with you then. Thank you.